At a Senate Banking Committee hearing yesterday, U.S. Senator Mark Warner pressed the director of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, also known as the CFPB, Kathy Kraninger, on the Trump administration's decision to rescind a rule that would have protected Virginians from predatory lending practices. The CFPB's payday lending rule would have required payday lenders to determine upfront whether or not a borrower can afford to pay back a loan without having to take out another loan, an important step in reining in predatory business practices by payday lenders nationwide that are designed to exploit the financial hardships facing millions of hardworking families. The payday lending rule was first proposed under the Obama administration and finalized in 2017 after more than 5 years of study and reviewing 1 million public comments. However, last month, Kraninger, Trump's choice to lead the CFPB, proposed changes that would effectively gut the rule, leaving consumers exposed to predatory high-interest rate loans. Warner pressed Kraninger to explain that decision.
I think you made a dreadful error in rescinding the payday lending rules. And what I'm trying to also understand is that the agency spent 5 years doing research into this rule. And I can remember when the CFPB issued this rule back in 2017, and opponents of the rule at that moment in time said, oh my God, I think it was 1,690 pages. This is way too much information, way too much data. Now, when you rescind, you are basically throwing all that data and all that information out for this new approach. What has factually changed that undermined the 5 years of data and research that went into the original payday lending rule that has allowed you to make this determination?
Senator, if I could, the full record from the prior rulemaking is absolutely part of the process going forward. So that's an important thing that I would just.
But that full rulemaking included conclusions that were indicated based upon the senator from Maryland's criteria that this was a rule that was well needed to protect a whole host of consumers. The fact that we're now, all this work is kind of in a sense thrown out. What has factually changed in the underlying analysis that has allowed you to, I believe, rather arbitrarily throw out this rule?
The Bureau is in active litigation over the very issue that the reconsideration is intended to address, and that is the legal and factual basis, whether it is robust and rigorous enough to warrant the determination of abusive and unfairness in this market without those mandatory underwriting requirements. And so that is the very issue that is being looked at in the reconsideration.
Payday lenders typically offer small loans to borrowers who are required to pay them back in a short amount of time. The loans can come with annual interest rates of 300% or more, according to the CFPB's own data. More than 80% of those loans are rolled over into another loan within 2 weeks, meaning the borrower is adding to their debt before they've paid off the initial loan.
Respectfully, we remember how long this rule took to put in place. We remember how much research was done. I don't believe you've got a factual basis. I think this was a politically-driven decision, and I'm deeply concerned by your decision.
This is not the first time Senator Warner has raised concerns about the Trump administration rolling back the payday lending rule. Last April, in a hearing before the Senate Banking Committee, Warner pressed then-acting director of the CFPB, Mick Mulvaney, not to undo the rule. In the Breaking Through newsroom, Theodore Whitelow, Breaking Through News.